Alright guys, what's going on? We had another great day today. I traded a lot better than I've been trading. Friday I was too afraid to take more trades on a stock after I had already traded it and made money. But today was not the case. I traded CIFS multiple times, and there was a lot of good trades in here. So let's show you exactly what happened. Let's go through the video here. So I had identified these levels pre-market. I identified 460 as kind of a base here. It's clear that we kind of bursted through it. We came back, we bounced, we came down, we bounced, bounce. So that was like the biggest level in my mind. And then the top was probably somewhere around 534. In hindsight, it probably should have been a little bit lower, but that's where I had it, because that's where it looked like it should have been to me. So another thing about this, if we go into the filings here, I looked in the filings for CIFS, I searched, and there was only 6Ks. There was nothing in here except for way back in 2017 that would have suggested that they were going to sell a bunch of shares or that there would be selling pressure. So I just assumed that all of that was gone. I didn't read it, but I had assumed if there was 2 million shares since 2017, which was way back here, that they would have definitely raised money, somewhere in this area, of course, when the stock was up around 50 bucks. I just assumed that that wasn't the case anymore, that meant nothing, so that this could run. The trade wouldn't necessarily have been to the short side, and traders wouldn't have been piling in over each other to go short. So anyways, that's why I knew that I thought this could run. So let's watch what happened here. I knew $5, like the local top right here of like 496, like $5 would definitely be another level to keep in mind. But the bigger one, the support was 460. So the open is coming up right here. There, it's now open. I'm just kind of watching to see what happens. I thought I could catch it as it broke through $5. You can see I put my order out on the ask to buy at 5, but I didn't get filled. I did not get filled at all. We'll watch that again live here. So it's open. I was waiting for a breakout of 5. Boom, $5, and I miss it. And I get filled actually on the way down for 400 of those 1,000 shares. And I don't really like it when that happens, so I'm trying to spam the cancel key, and you can hear, for some reason, where is it? You can hear me, I'm spamming the answer, or the cancel key, and I'm trying to find it here in the orders, but anyways, I got it canceled because I knew that if it had dropped back to $5 or in like the 490s, I didn't want to be holding 1,000 shares because this could still very well be a valid trade, and I didn't want to be down. Well, I'd be down 150 at this point with 1,000 shares, and I wasn't comfortable with that. Whereas if I had gotten in at $5, I would have only been down $50, $40, $30, or $50 at 95. At 93, I would have been down $70. So that would have been okay, but not with this entry. So I just held on. I kept holding. We're surging, and I'm not selling until I get to my target, because you have to keep in mind your risk to reward. I was just down, what was that, $40 I was down? I'm not selling at $40 profit. There's no reason to sell. It's not my target. So I got this target from the daily. I believe it's the high. Oh, that's where I got it from. It was the high of this candle right here, which is also kind of a level if you go back further. So I was just waiting. I was waiting to see how close we could get to that, and then look for other clues on the level 2 here. So I see a lot of people stacking on the bid to get filled. It's been happening the whole way up, and yes, there's big people on the ask, but that's only because we're right at this resistance level. So we're stacking, see, we're stacking, thousands and thousands of shares. So we get to that level, I start selling, I'm out of 300 of the 400 shares. Now keep in mind, if I had gotten my entry with 1,000 shares at $5, this would have been a $350 trade rather than simply 100. So again, it's not really that much about the profit loss or like the actual numbers this time. It's about taking quality trades so that if I had 10,000 shares or 5,000 shares, I would be trading the same way. I would be buying into support and selling into resistance. I wouldn't be doing any of, like, I don't like doing the scalpy massive commissions, buying tops and selling slightly higher. I don't like that anymore, and I'm doing way better this way. And I know that I've been all over the place with small caps and then to options, saying like, oh, options is way better, and then, you know, I'm back here. But again, that's just my journey as like a developing day trader. I'm figuring out what works for me, and I am taking stuff from each of the realms and kind of combining it together to become a better trader overall. So from options brought me this patience. The patience to wait for your entry, the patience especially to wait for exits. You guys have seen in my last bunch of videos, my exits are like perfect. I don't sell early anymore. Sometimes I don't let the stock pull back enough before it works out, but even I've been doing that better recently. You can see here, this was my entry. The stock pulled back to here, and then it rips. And yesterday, where was it? Not yesterday, the day before yesterday. One of these stocks I traded, yeah, I think it was MTP. Since I took smaller size on MTP, I was able to let the stock pull back and then work out, and then I sold where I was supposed to sell. You see, I didn't get scared in this area after being down 100 or 150, 200 bucks. I didn't just sell for break even because it made me like, you know, I don't do that stuff anymore. I didn't cut myself short at all. I didn't sell anything, any of it up there. The point was to take on that risk so that I could potentially make this reward. So again, even if that was 10,000 shares, it would have been the same type of idea. You would have had a risk for a certain reward. So anyways, happy that I'm doing that. Let's get back to this. I'll shut up. So I'm selling all up in here. So now I'm all out of the trade. I see a lot of people stepping up at 534-ish. If we go back again, it's not really holding that level for me. I don't have a lot of shares, so I said I'm just going to lock that in. And that was the trade for that. So let's see what I did after this. I know I rebought. So this was like the beautiful trade of the day that I missed. Now, this could have just not worked out, and I would have probably said that this wasn't the trade that I missed. But anyway, so that dip buy right there, which is what I originally wanted to do. If I had just taken that trade again, like the exact same trade, oh my god, it would have been sick. Look at this. Look at this candle. Just, ooh, right down to 490. Look at that. If that, Jesus Christ. If I had gotten that entry, oh my god, that would have been sick. Absolutely sick. So imagine doing that, making $300-400 bucks, coming back down, taking the trade again with a... See, I don't know where the stop would have been, to be honest. It would have had to have been probably below this, so like 12 cents. So you have to take enough size so that you're only risking like $100 or whatever it is, so 800 shares, for example, and then you come back up and you make 30 cents. Man, sick. So look at this. I'm not chasing this at all. I do make, okay. Okay, I did buy a top because I thought it was going to break out of these two. I'll show you why I did that. But the point was that I didn't just simply chase it for no reason, but But I did make a stupid decision. I was waiting for the breakout over 535, I think. And as I saw it break through, I thought we were going to shoot to 550 and I could make another quick 150 bucks and be done with it. But, you know, I bought the top and then we started selling off. So, I was already up 100 bucks. My max loss on the day is 200. And I start to see these people pop up on the bid again. And I don't want to sell right here because that's like the breakout spot that people could be buying on the dip. The mistake was buying here more so than holding, if that makes sense. I just bought a top. Like I shouldn't have done that. But we can see, I'll just fast forward here. So I was down, how much was I down? So this is where I was starting to get nervous. I was down, like if I had a sold right here, I would have just been down $100 on the day, which is half of my max loss for one day. So I was willing to let this go more against me because I had my hand on the bailout key. If this had a hit, you know, 505 or something, I would have had to stop out, and that would have been my max loss on the day, and I would have just been done. And that would have really sucked, but I was willing to take that risk today just because I saw what this stock could do. And again, it's just all about risk management. So that, but do learn from that in what not to do, because that wasn't really smart. And this did come back up and work out in my favor. And I did sell at the breakout, and I only made an extra $12 because I bought in the wrong spot. If I had bought down here, I would have made an extra 200, but that's where the mistake was. So after that, I was looking around for other stuff. I come back to CIFS. So it dumps, and I get back in for another 300 shares. Again, 510 seems to be the level. So I try another dip buy. You can see my stop is here at 505. So the most I can lose here is like $30, $40 or something, which is pretty good for that. And all of a sudden it just jumps again. Like it does one of these like crazy bullish engulfing candles, and it just flies. And I start selling. Start selling some more. Sorry, I think I dip bought there quickly, and I then sold again. So it just kept going. Oh, this was another. I kept dip buying. So I said, okay, this seems to be holding. We're clearly building a flag. So if I buy near the bottom of the flag, I can reduce my risk the most. So where do I buy here? So I bought right there, and I immediately was thinking my stop now has to be right under this. So 560 for my full position, only 200 shares. Maybe I should have taken more because that was a good trade. And then it ends up working out. I sell at the top of the flag, and then I'm all out. And that's pretty much all I traded on it. I think there was another one. Oh, I tried to dip buy a final time at 575 here, and I thought that this was going to be another beautiful trade, another beautiful dip buy for another $100. But this one didn't end up working out. You can see I got stopped out here, and then it flushed. It flushed hard. So I knew there was a big move coming. You can see the volume here is tapering off. The big move was to the downside. That's why you got to have really good entries, but even better hard stops. If I didn't have a hard stop for that, I would not have been able to. Like, it looked like it was going to break out. We had some volume, and then people came in, started slamming the bid. Like the shorters started doing that. So 580, and then once 580 broke, it was just gone. I don't think I could have stopped out into look 552 from 590. Like I don't think I could have stopped out in time. So that was a hard stop, and it was under the low of this candle, which was also in profit for me. So I think I made like $1 on that trade or something. Did I try it one more time? No, I don't think I did. No, that's it. So that's what happened. The stock is kind of back up here again. Now again, this stock looks like it could go crazy today. And the spot to buy would be somewhere in here, like a dip buy, but I'm done trading the stock. My max trades per day I have is 5 trades, and I think I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've done 5, so I have to stop. It's all about reinforcing discipline. There will be stuff every single day, and if I had bought there at $6, I'd already be down 10 cents, and fuck that. I don't want to, like, I'm done. So with that, hopefully you guys learned something from that. Like I say every single day, we'll see you later. We'll see you tomorrow.